Question 1. What year did the Battle of Bosworth Field occur, marking the end of the Wars of the Roses? A. 1455. B. 1485. C. 1509. D. 1525. Answer: B. 1485. The Battle of Bosworth Field occurred in 1485 and marked the end of the Wars of the Roses, leading to the rise of the Tudor dynasty. Question 2. Who was the first Prime Minister of Great Britain? A. William Pitt the Younger. B. Sir Robert Walpole. C. Benjamin Disraeli. D. Winston Churchill. Answer: B. Sir Robert Walpole. Sir Robert Walpole is generally regarded as the first Prime Minister of Great Britain, serving from 1721 to 1742. Question 3. What is the significance of the Reform Act 1832 in British history? A. It abolished the slave trade. B. It granted voting rights to women. C. It extended the franchise and reformed parliamentary representation. D. It established the Church of England. Answer: C. It extended the franchise and reformed parliamentary representation. The Reform Act 1832 was significant for broadening the electoral franchise and addressing malapportionment in Parliament. Question 4. Who was the British monarch during the formation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland in 1801? A. Queen Victoria. B. King George III. C. King Henry VIII. D. Queen Elizabeth I. Answer: B. King George III. King George III was the monarch during the formation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland in 1801. Question 5. What historical event is Guy Fawkes Night associated with? A. The English Civil War. B. The Gunpowder Plot of 1605. C. The signing of the Magna Carta. D. The Glorious Revolution. Answer: B. The Gunpowder Plot of 1605. Guy Fawkes Night commemorates the failure of the Gunpowder Plot, in which Guy Fawkes and others attempted to blow up the Houses of Parliament. Question 6. Which document, signed in the 20th century, established the welfare state in the UK? A. The Beveridge Report. B. The Magna Carta. C. The Good Friday Agreement. D. The Bill of Rights. Answer: A. The Beveridge Report. The Beveridge Report, published in 1942, laid the foundations for the welfare state in the UK post-World War II. Question 7. Name the operation associated with the evacuation of British and Allied troops from Dunkirk in 1940. A. Operation Overlord. B. Operation Dynamo. C. Operation Torch. D. Operation Market Garden. Answer: B. Operation Dynamo. Operation Dynamo was the code name for the evacuation of British and Allied troops from Dunkirk, France, in 1940 during World War II. Question 8. Who was the longest reigning British monarch before Queen Elizabeth earlier? A. Queen Victoria. B. King George III. C. Queen Elizabeth I. D. King Henry VIII. Answer. A. Queen Victoria. Before Queen Elizabeth II, Queen Victoria was the longest reigning British monarch, serving from 1837 to 1901. Question 9. What was the primary reason for the English Civil War in the 17th century? A. Religious differences. B. Economic disputes. C. A power struggle between the monarchy and Parliament. D. Territorial expansion. Answer. C. A power struggle between the monarchy and Parliament. The English Civil War was primarily fueled by a power struggle between the monarchy, led by Charles I, and Parliament. Question 10. What was the main outcome of the Glorious Revolution of 1688? A. The establishment of the Church of England. B. The signing of the Treaty of Utrecht. C. The overthrow of James II and the establishment of constitutional monarchy. D. The beginning of the British Empire. Answer. C. The overthrow of James II and the establishment of constitutional monarchy. The Glorious Revolution led to the overthrow of King James II in favour of William III and Mary II, establishing a constitutional monarchy. Question 11. Name the king who issued the Royal Charter to the East India Company in 1600. A. King James I. B. King Charles II. C. Queen Elizabeth I. D. King Henry VII. Answer. C. Queen Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth I issued the Royal Charter to the East India Company in 1600, allowing it to trade in the East Indies. Question 12. What major social reform did the Factory Act of 1833 achieve? A. It granted pensions to the elderly. B. It restricted child labour and set factory working hours. C. It abolished the slave trade. D. It established public health care. Answer. B. It restricted child labour and set factory working hours. The Factory Act of 1833 was crucial in curbing child labour and setting regulations for factory working conditions. Question 13. Which British explorer is credited with the discovery of Australia? A. Sir Francis Drake. B. James Cook. C. John Cabot. D. Walter Raleigh. Answer. B. James Cook. Captain James Cook is credited with the discovery of the eastern coast of Australia in 1770. Question 14. In what year did the Great Plague of London take place? A. 1665. B. 1348. C. 1553. D. 1420. Answer. A. 1665. The Great Plague of London occurred in 1665 and was one of the last major outbreaks of the bubonic plague in England. Question 15. Which act granted self-government to Canada, marking the beginning of the British Commonwealth? A. The Statute of Westminster. B. The British North America Act. C. The Canada Act. D. The Dominion Lands Act. Answer: B. The British North America Act. The British North America Act of 1867 granted self-government to Canada and marked the beginning of the British Commonwealth. Question 16. Who were the main participants in the Treaty of Union in 1707? A. England and France. B. Scotland and England. C. England and Wales. D. Ireland and Wales. Answer: B. Scotland and England. The Treaty of Union in 1707 was between Scotland and England, leading to the creation of the Kingdom of Great Britain. Question 17. What year was the Slave Trade Act that abolished the transatlantic slave trade passed? A. 1807. B. 1833. C. 1788. D. 1820. Answer: A. 1807. The Slave Trade Act of 1807 abolished the transatlantic slave trade throughout the British Empire. Question 18. What is the historical significance of the Beveridge Report? A. It led to the decolonization of Africa. B. It proposed reforms that laid the foundations for the modern welfare state. C. It ended the feudal system in England. D. It introduced the gold standard. Answer: B. It proposed reforms that laid the foundations for the modern welfare state. The Beveridge Report of 1942 outlined a comprehensive system of social insurance and welfare to combat want, disease, ignorance, squalor, and idleness. Question 19. Who was the first woman to sit in the British Parliament? A. Margaret Thatcher. B. Nancy Astor. C. Emmeline Pankhurst. D. Mary Wollstonecraft. Answer: B. Nancy Astor. Nancy Astor was the first woman to sit as a Member of Parliament, MP, in the British Parliament, taking her seat in 1919. Question 20. During which war was the Battle of Trafalgar fought? A. The 7 Years' War. B. The Napoleonic Wars. C. World War I. D. The Spanish Armada. Answer: B. The Napoleonic Wars. The Battle of Trafalgar was fought in 1805 during the Napoleonic Wars and was a pivotal naval engagement that confirmed British naval supremacy. Question 21. What was the purpose of the Magna Carta signed in 1215? A. To restrict the rights of the monarchy and lay the foundation for parliamentary democracy. B. To declare independence from France. C. To establish the Church of England. D. To end the War of the Roses. Answer: A. To restrict the rights of the monarchy and lay the foundation for parliamentary democracy. The Magna Carta was signed to limit the powers of the king and lay early foundations for the system of parliamentary democracy in England. Question 22. Who is known for their rule during the British Golden Age of piracy? A. Queen Anne. B. King George I. C. Queen Elizabeth I. D. King Henry VIII. Answer C. Queen Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth I's reign is often associated with the British Golden Age of piracy, when privateers were licensed to attack and loot the ships of England's enemies. Question 23. What pivotal role did Winston Churchill play during World War II? A. He was the chief military advisor. B. He was the King of England. C. He served as the Prime Minister and led Britain through the war. D. He was a general in the British Army. Answer C. He served as the Prime Minister and led Britain through the war. Winston Churchill is renowned for his leadership as Prime Minister during World War II, rallying the British people during times of great adversity. Question 24. What event led to the widespread introduction of the feudal system in England? A. The signing of the Magna Carta. B. The Norman Conquest of 1066. C. The establishment of the English monarchy. D. The Black Death. Answer B. The Norman Conquest of 1066. The feudal system was introduced on a large scale in England by William the Conqueror following the Norman Conquest in 1066. Question 25. Which British scientist discovered the electron? A. Isaac Newton. B. Charles Darwin. C. James Clerk Maxwell. D. J. Thomson. Answer D. J. Thomson. J. Thomson is credited with the discovery of the electron in 1897, which was a pivotal development in the field of atomic physics. Question 26. What was the impact of the Black Death on medieval England's society and economy? A. It led to significant population growth. B. It caused a major decline in population and significant social and economic changes. C. It increased the wealth of the church. D. It had no notable impact. Answer B. It caused a major decline in population and significant social and economic changes. The Black Death, which struck England in the mid-14th century, dramatically reduced the population and led to major economic and social shifts. Question 27. Who composed the British patriotic song Rule Britannia? A. Edward Elgar. B. Thomas Arne. C. William Byrd. D. Gustav Holst. Answer B. Thomas Arne. Thomas Arne composed the music for Rule Britannia in 1740, and it has since become a symbol of British maritime power and cultural pride. Question 28. What was the main effect of the Railways Act 1921? A. It nationalised the British railway companies. B. It privatised the British railway companies. C. It introduced steam locomotives. D. It expanded the railway network to the colonies. Answer A. It nationalised the British railway companies. The Railways Act of 1921 led to the grouping of almost all the British railway companies into 4 major companies, which were later nationalised. Question 29. Which British monarch officially abolished the Corn Laws? A. King William IV. B. Queen Victoria. C. King George IV. D. Queen Elizabeth II. Answer: B. Queen Victoria. The Corn Laws were abolished during the reign of Queen Victoria in 1846, which marked a significant liberalisation of trade. Question 30. Who led the British forces during the Battle of Waterloo? A. Horatio Nelson. B. Duke of Wellington. C. Winston Churchill. D. Oliver Cromwell. Answer: B. Duke of Wellington. The Duke of Wellington led the British forces during the Battle of Waterloo in 1815, which resulted in Napoleon's defeat. Question 31. What is the primary law that outlines the succession to the British throne? A. The Royal Succession Act. B. The Act of Settlement 1701. C. The Magna Carta. D. The Crown Act. Answer: B. The Act of Settlement 1701. The Act of Settlement 1701 outlines the succession to the British throne, which is governed by rules of both parliamentary statutes and common law. Question 32. Name the famous British ship that sank on its maiden voyage in 1912. A. HMS Beagle. B. HMS Victory. C. RMS Titanic. D. HMS Endeavour. Answer: C. RMS Titanic. The RMS Titanic is infamous for sinking on its maiden voyage in 1912 after hitting an iceberg in the North Atlantic. Question 33. Which legislation, passed in the late 20th century, devolved powers to Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland? A. The Devolution Act 1998. B. The Great Repeal Bill. C. The Union Act 1707. D. The Acts of Devolution. Answer: A. The Devolution Act 1998. The legislation commonly referred to as the Devolution Acts of 1998 provided Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland with varying degrees of legislative power. Question 34. What major scientific discovery was made by Rosalind Franklin concerning DNA? A. The double helix structure. B. The genetic code. C. The chromosome theory of inheritance. D. The recombinant DNA technology. Answer: A. The double helix structure. Rosalind Franklin's X-ray diffraction images of DNA, which helped to elucidate its double helix structure, were a critical contribution to understanding the molecular structure of DNA. Question 35. What is the significance of the Battle of Britain in 1940 for the UK? A. It marked the first successful invasion of Britain in over 1,000 years. B. It was the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces. C. It led to the UK's decision to enter World War II. D. It resulted in the loss of the British colonies in America. Answer B. It was the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces. The Battle of Britain in 1940 was crucial as it marked the first significant defeat of Hitler's military forces and was pivotal in maintaining Britain's freedom from invasion. Question 36. Who was responsible for the creation of the welfare state in the UK? A. Clement Attlee. B. Winston Churchill. C. Margaret Thatcher. D. Tony Blair. Answer A. Clement Attlee. Prime Minister Clement Attlee's post-war government is credited with laying the foundations of the modern welfare state in the UK, including the establishment of the NHS. Question 37. What is considered the founding document of English liberties that predates the Magna Carta? A. The Domesday Book. B. The Charter of Liberties. C. The Bill of Rights. D. The Anglo-Saxon Chronicle. Answer B. The Charter of Liberties. Issued in 1100 by King Henry I, the Charter of Liberties is considered a precursor to the Magna Carta in terms of laying down the principles of justice and liberty. Question 38. Name the British Prime Minister associated with the establishment of the National Health Service. A. Harold Macmillan. B. Clement Attlee. C. Winston Churchill. D. Neville Chamberlain. Answer B. Clement Attlee. The National Health Service, NHS, was established in 1948 under the leadership of Prime Minister Clement Attlee, following the principles set out in the Beveridge Report. Question 39. Which treaty recognized the independence of the American colonies from British rule? A. The Treaty of Paris 1783. B. The Treaty of Versailles. C. The Treaty of Ghent. D. The Treaty of London. Answer A. The Treaty of Paris 1783. The Treaty of Paris in 1783 officially recognized the independence of the American colonies, marking the end of the American Revolutionary War. Question 40. What economic crisis did the UK face in the 1970s, leading to IMF intervention? A. The Great Depression. B. The 1976 sterling crisis. C. The dot-com bubble burst. D. The 2008 financial crisis. Answer B. The 1976 sterling crisis. The UK faced a severe economic crisis in 1976, which led to the government seeking a loan from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, to stabilize the economy. Question 41. Who is the patron saint of England, and what is his legend? A. Saint David and his preaching to the hills. B. Saint George and his dragon slaying. C. Saint Patrick and his banishing of snakes. D. Saint Andrew and his cross. Answer B. Saint George and his dragon slaying. Saint George, the patron saint of England, is legendary for his tale of slaying a dragon and rescuing a maiden, symbolizing good triumphing over evil. Question 42. What major constitutional change occurred in the UK in 1999? A. The signing of the European Union Constitution. B. The devolution of powers to Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. C. The adoption of the euro as currency. D. The reform of the House of Lords. Answer: B. The devolution of powers to Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. In 1999, significant constitutional changes occurred through the devolution of powers, granting these regions their own parliaments/assemblies. Question 43. In which document is the principle of no taxation without representation associated with the American colonies? A. The Magna Carta. B. The Bill of Rights 1689. C. The Virginia Declaration of Rights. D. The English Bill of Rights. Answer: C. The Virginia Declaration of Rights. This principle was a key grievance leading up to the American Revolution and was emphasized in colonial documents like the Virginia Declaration of Rights. Question 44. Who was the first female Secretary of State for Education in the UK? A. Margaret Thatcher. B. Shirley Williams. C. Theresa May. D. Ruth Kelly. Answer: A. Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher was the first woman to hold the post of Secretary of State for Education and Science, starting in 1970. Question 45. What significant event did the suffragette movement lead to in 1918? A. The granting of voting rights to all women. B. The right for women over the age of 30 to vote. C. The establishment of the Women's Institute. D. The Equal Pay Act. Answer: B. The right for women over the age of 30 to vote. In 1918, the efforts of the suffragette movement culminated in women over the age of 30 being granted the right to vote. Question 46. What discovery is Sir Alexander Fleming known for that changed medicine? A. The vaccine for polio. B. Penicillin. C. Insulin. D. The structure of DNA. Answer: B. Penicillin. Sir Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin in 1928, which revolutionized the treatment of bacterial infections and opened the era of antibiotics. Question 47. Who was the British monarch during the abolition of the death penalty for murder in 1965? A. Queen Elizabeth II. B. King George VI. C. Queen Victoria. D. King Edward VII. Answer: A. Queen Elizabeth II. The death penalty for murder was abolished in Great Britain during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II in 1965. Question 48. What is the main purpose of the Commonwealth of Nations, and which country is its head? A. To facilitate economic trade agreements. India is the head. B. To ensure military cooperation. The United States is the head. C. To improve social and economic development, Canada is the head. D. To foster international cooperation and support, the United Kingdom is the head. Answer: D. To foster international cooperation and support, the United Kingdom is the head. The Commonwealth of Nations aims to foster international cooperation and development, with the British monarch as its symbolic head. Question 49. Who was the leader of the Labour Party who became Prime Minister in the late 20th century and is known for his third-way political philosophy? A. Tony Blair. B. Gordon Brown. C. John Major. D. Harold Wilson. Answer: A. Tony Blair. Tony Blair, leader of the Labour Party and Prime Minister from 1997 to 2007, is known for his third-way political philosophy, which sought a middle ground between traditional socialism and capitalism. Question 50. What event marked the first time a reigning monarch visited Australia? A. The visit of Queen Elizabeth II in 1954. B. The visit of King George V in 1935. C. The visit of King Edward VIII in 1936. D. The visit of Queen Victoria in 1851. Answer: A. The visit of Queen Elizabeth II in 1954. This was the first visit by a reigning monarch to Australia, occurring shortly after her coronation. Question 51. Which law, passed in 1998, incorporated the European Convention on Human Rights into British law? A. The Human Rights Act. B. The Civil Rights Act. C. The Rights of Man Act. D. The Fundamental Rights Act. Answer: A. The Human Rights Act. The Human Rights Act 1998 incorporated the European Convention on Human Rights into UK law, making it possible for UK citizens to appeal to UK courts for violations of their convention rights. Question 52. Name the first British astronaut to go into space. A. Tim Peake. B. Helen Sharman. C. Michael Foale. D. Piers Sellers. Answer: B. Helen Sharman. Helen Sharman became the first British astronaut and the first woman to visit the Mir space station in 1991. Question 53. Which British city hosted the Summer Olympics in 2012? A. London. B. Manchester. C. Birmingham. D. Liverpool. Answer: A. London. London hosted the Summer Olympics in 2012, marking the third time the city had hosted the Games, following 1908 and 1948. Question 54. What was the primary role of the British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC, established in 1922? A. To provide public service broadcasting. B. To promote British films. C. To regulate telecommunications. D. To oversee all UK newspapers. Answer: A. To provide public service broadcasting. The BBC was established to provide impartial public service broadcasting in the UK, a role it continues to fulfil. Question 55. Which famous British battle in 1314, led by Robert the Bruce, was a significant victory in the First War of Scottish Independence? A. The Battle of Hastings. B. The Battle of Agincourt. C. The Battle of Bannockburn. D. The Battle of Culloden. Answer. C. The Battle of Bannockburn. The Battle of Bannockburn in 1314, led by Robert the Bruce, was a decisive victory for the Scots against the English in the First War of Scottish Independence. Question 56. Who was the architect behind the construction of the Millennium Dome in London? A. Norman Foster. B. Richard Rogers. C. Zaha Hadid. D. I.M. Pei. Answer. B. Richard Rogers. Richard Rogers was the lead architect of the Millennium Dome, now known as the O2, which was completed in 1999 to mark the Millennium celebrations in the UK. Question 57. What treaty formed the basis for the European Union, which the UK initially opposed but later joined? A. The Maastricht Treaty. B. The Treaty of Rome. C. The Treaty of Lisbon. D. The Treaty of Versailles. Answer. B. The Treaty of Rome. The Treaty of Rome, signed in 1957, established the European Economic Community, the precursor to the European Union, which the UK initially opposed but later joined in 1973. Question 58. What was the major cause and outcome of the Jacobite Rising of 1745? A. To restore James II to the throne. It ultimately failed. B. To overthrow the monarchy. It led to the establishment of the Republic. C. To support the Industrial Revolution. It was successful. D. To restore Charles Edward Stuart to the throne. It ultimately failed. Answer. D. To restore Charles Edward Stuart to the throne. It ultimately failed. The Jacobite Rising of 1745, led by Charles Edward Stuart, aimed to restore the Stuart line to the British throne, but was ultimately defeated at the Battle of Culloden in 1746. Question 59. Which act introduced by the UK government first allowed the prosecution of British citizens for war crimes committed during the Second World War? A. The War Crimes Act 1991. B. The Nuremberg Trials Act 1945. C. The Geneva Conventions Act 1957. D. The International Criminal Court Act 2001. Answer. A. The War Crimes Act 1991. This act allowed for the prosecution of people who were British citizens or residents of the UK for war crimes committed during the Second World War. Question 60. What is the Bill of Rights of 1689, and why is it important in British constitutional history? A. It affirmed royal supremacy over the law. B. It established the principle of parliamentary sovereignty over the Crown. C. It ended the feudal system. D. It declared independence from France. Answer: B. It established the principle of parliamentary sovereignty over the Crown. The Bill of Rights 1689 laid down limits on the powers of the Crown and set out the rights of Parliament, establishing the principle of parliamentary sovereignty, which is fundamental to the UK's uncodified constitution. Question 61. Describe the primary role of the monarch in modern-day UK governance. A. To make and pass legislation. B. To lead the government and make policy decisions. C. To serve as the head of state and perform ceremonial duties. D. To command the British Armed Forces in active duty. Answer: C. To serve as the head of state and perform ceremonial duties. The monarch's role in modern-day UK governance is largely ceremonial, with the real political power being held by Parliament and the Prime Minister. Question 62. What law established the Bank of England in the late 17th century? A. The Currency Act 1694. B. The Bank of England Act 1694. C. The Monetary Control Act 1694. D. The Royal Charter Act 1694. Answer: B. The Bank of England Act 1694. This act established the Bank of England, making it the second oldest central bank in the world. Question 63. Who was the British Prime Minister at the end of World War II? A. Winston Churchill. B. Clement Attlee. C. Neville Chamberlain. D. Harold Wilson. Answer: A. Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill was the British Prime Minister at the end of World War II, though Clement Attlee took over soon after the war ended in 1945. Question 64. What event is celebrated during the Trooping the Colour ceremony? A. The Queen's official birthday. B. The anniversary of the Battle of Britain. C. The signing of the Magna Carta. D. The victory in the Battle of Waterloo. Answer: A. The Queen's official birthday. The Trooping the Colour ceremony is an annual event held in June to officially celebrate the British monarch's birthday. Question 65. Name the British law that solidified the transition to a parliamentary democracy. A. The Parliament Act 1911. B. The Magna Carta 1215. C. The Reform Act 1832. D. The Bill of Rights 1689. Answer: A. The Parliament Act 1911. This act reduced the power of the House of Lords and enhanced the supremacy of the House of Commons, marking a significant step towards the establishment of a modern parliamentary democracy. Question 66. What is the primary function of the British jury system? A. To advise the judge on legal matters. B. To determine the guilt or innocence of a person in a trial. C. To prosecute criminal cases. D. To enforce laws in the community. Answer: B. To determine the guilt or innocence of a person in a trial. The primary function of the British jury system is to provide a verdict of guilty or not guilty in criminal trials based on the evidence presented. Question 67. Who was responsible for the establishment of the Church of England? A. Queen Mary I. B. King Henry VIII. C. Queen Elizabeth I. D. King James I. Answer: B. King Henry VIII. King Henry VIII established the Church of England in 1534 after separating from the Roman Catholic Church. Question 68. What role did the Magna Carta play in the development of the British judicial system? A. It established the Supreme Court. B. It outlined the rights of the judiciary. C. It introduced the concept of jury trials. D. It limited the powers of the king and guaranteed the rights to justice and a fair trial. Answer: D. It limited the powers of the king and guaranteed the rights to justice and a fair trial. The Magna Carta is fundamental in the development of the British judicial system, as it laid down the principles that no one, including the king, is above the law. Question 69. What was the primary reason for the construction of Hadrian's Wall? A. To protect against Viking invasions. B. To mark the boundary of the Roman Empire and to keep out the Picts and Scots. C. To serve as a trade barrier. D. To commemorate Hadrian's rule. Answer: B. To mark the boundary of the Roman Empire and to keep out the Picts and Scots. Hadrian's Wall was constructed under the orders of Emperor Hadrian to secure the frontier of the Roman Empire in Britain from the tribes to the north. Question 70. Name the operation that was crucial in defending the UK during the Second World War. A. Operation Dynamo. B. Operation Overlord. C. Operation Sea Lion. D. The Battle of Britain. Answer: D. The Battle of Britain. Although referred to as a battle, this was a crucial military operation and campaign that involved the Royal Air Force defending the UK from large-scale attacks by Nazi Germany's Air Force, the Luftwaffe. Question 71. What event is commemorated by the Remembrance Day poppy? A. The end of the English Civil War. B. The signing of the Treaty of Versailles. C. The armistice ending World War I on November 11, 1918. D. The Battle of Britain. Answer: C. The armistice ending World War I on November 11, 1918. Remembrance Day poppies are worn to commemorate the armistice that ended World War I and to honor those who have died in military service. Question 72. Which document effectively ended the absolute monarchy in England and confirmed the supremacy of Parliament? A. The Magna Carta. B. The Bill of Rights 1689. C. The Act of Settlement 1701. D. The Royal Marriages Act 1772. Answer: B. The Bill of Rights 1689. This document ended the absolute monarchy in England by setting out the limits on the powers of the monarch and outlining the rights of Parliament, establishing the supremacy of Parliament over the Crown. Question 73. Who was known as the Iron Lady and why? A. Queen Elizabeth I, for the strong leadership during the Elizabethan era. B. Margaret Thatcher, for her tough political stance and economic policies. C. Queen Victoria, for her long and steadfast reign. D. Mary I, for her harsh measures against Protestants. Answer: B. Margaret Thatcher, for her tough political stance and economic policies. Margaret Thatcher, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom from 1979 to 1990, was nicknamed the Iron Lady for her uncompromising politics and leadership style. Question 74. What significant act in 1998 devolved power to the Scottish Parliament? A. The Scotland Act. B. The Devolution Act. C. The Scottish Independence Act. D. The Edinburgh Agreement. Answer: A. The Scotland Act. The Scotland Act of 1998 established the Scottish Parliament and devolved a wide range of legislative powers from the Parliament of the United Kingdom to Scotland. Question 75. What major event in the 19th century significantly expanded the voting rights in Britain? A. The signing of the Magna Carta. B. The Glorious Revolution. C. The Reform Act of 1832. D. The Women's Suffrage Movement. Answer: C. The Reform Act of 1832. This act significantly expanded the voting rights in Britain by reforming the electoral system, which led to an increase in the electorate and made the system more representative. Question 76. Name the ship that famously carried the Pilgrim Fathers from England to America. A. The Mayflower. B. The Beagle. C. The Victory. D. The Golden Hind. Answer: A. The Mayflower. The Mayflower is famous for carrying the Pilgrim Fathers from England to Plymouth, Massachusetts, in 1620. Question 77. What event led to the significant reform of the British electoral system in the 19th century? A. The American Revolution. B. The Chartists movement. C. The French Revolution. D. The Industrial Revolution. Answer: B. The Chartists movement. The Chartists movement in the 19th century was instrumental in pressing for electoral reforms, including demands for universal male suffrage and the secret ballot. Question 78. Who was the author of the famous British series about a young wizard? A. J.K. Rowling. B. C.S. Lewis. C. J.R.R. Tolkien. D. Philip Pullman. Answer: A. J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling is the author of the Harry Potter series, which features the young wizard Harry Potter and his adventures at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Question 79. What are the main elements of the UK's unwritten constitution? A. Statute law, common law, and European Union laws. B. The Magna Carta, the Bill of Rights and parliamentary statutes. C. Conventions, statute law, and common law. D. Parliamentary statutes, conventions, and judicial decisions. Answer C. Conventions, statute law and common law. The UK's unwritten constitution is made up of conventions, statute law and common law, which together govern the country without a single written document. Question 80. What was the primary reason for the English Reformation in the 16th century? A. To modernize the country's religious institutions. B. To restore the authority of the Pope in England. C. To allow Henry VI to divorce his wife and remarry. D. To align with the Protestant Reformation in Europe. Answer C. To allow Henry VI to divorce his wife and remarry. The primary reason for the English Reformation was Henry VI's desire to annul his marriage to Catherine of Aragon and marry Anne Boleyn, which the Pope refused to sanction. Question 81. Who is credited with inventing the World Wide Web, and how has it impacted society? A. Tim Berners-Lee. It revolutionized information sharing and communication globally. B. Bill Gates. It enhanced personal computing accessibility. C. Steve Jobs. It introduced the concept of the Internet. D. Mark Zuckerberg. It transformed social networking. Answer A. Tim Berners-Lee. He invented the World Wide Web, which revolutionized information sharing and communication globally, transforming how we live, work, and interact. Question 82. Describe the significance of the Chartist movement. A. It was a movement that aimed to end child labour in the factories of England. B. It was a Victorian-era movement that advocated for women's rights. C. It sought political reforms and greater democratic rights for the working class. D. It was a movement that promoted the abolition of the monarchy. Answer C. It sought political reforms and greater democratic rights for the working class. The Chartist movement was significant in pushing for electoral reforms in the 19th century, advocating for universal male suffrage and other democratic rights. Question 83. What was the primary outcome of the Acts of Union 1707? A. The creation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain by uniting England and Scotland. B. The establishment of the Commonwealth of Nations. C. The separation of Ireland from the United Kingdom. D. The founding of the Bank of England. Answer A. The creation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain by uniting England and Scotland. The Acts of Union 1707 merged the parliaments and governments of England and Scotland to form the United Kingdom of Great Britain. Question 84. Name the poet laureate who wrote Jerusalem and its significance in British culture. A. William Blake. It is considered an unofficial national anthem of England. B. William Wordsworth. It reflects the Romantic era of English literature. C. Robert Burns. It is a symbol of Scottish identity. D. John Keats. It signifies the English aesthetic movement. Answer A. William Blake. Jerusalem is considered an unofficial national anthem of England, encapsulating themes of societal improvement and national pride. Question 85. What significant healthcare event occurred in the UK in 1948? A. The establishment of the National Health Service. B. The invention of penicillin. C. The eradication of smallpox. D. The introduction of the polio vaccine. Answer A. The establishment of the National Health Service. In 1948, the National Health Service, NHS, was established, providing healthcare free at the point of use for all UK citizens, fundamentally changing healthcare in Britain. Question 86. Who was the leader of the suffragettes? A. Emmeline Pankhurst. B. Nancy Astor. C. Margaret Thatcher. D. Virginia Woolf. Answer A. Emmeline Pankhurst. Emmeline Pankhurst was a prominent leader of the suffragette movement, which advocated for women's suffrage in the UK. Question 87. What major social change occurred in Britain in the 1960s? A. The legalization of same-sex marriage. B. The decriminalization of homosexuality. C. The introduction of the minimum wage. D. The abolition of the death penalty. Answer B. The decriminalization of homosexuality. In the 1960s, one of the significant social changes was the decriminalization of homosexuality, marking a major step in the progress of LGBT rights in the UK. Question 88. What is the main function of the House of Lords? A. To directly elect the Prime Minister. B. To review and amend proposed legislation. C. To prosecute major criminal cases. D. To command the British Armed Forces. Answer B. To review and amend proposed legislation. The main function of the House of Lords is to act as a revising chamber, reviewing and amending bills proposed by the House of Commons. Question 89. Who was the first British astronaut in space? A. Tim Peake. B. Helen Sharman. C. Michael Foale. D. Piers Sellers. Answer B. Helen Sharman. Helen Sharman was the first British astronaut in space, participating in a mission to the Mir space station in 1991. Question 90. What treaty ended the Revolutionary War between Britain and America? A. The Treaty of Paris, 1783. B. The Treaty of Versailles. C. The Treaty of Ghent. D. The Treaty of London. Answer A. The Treaty of Paris 1783. The Treaty of Paris in 1783 officially ended the American Revolutionary War, recognizing American independence from British rule. Question 91. What is the significance of the Black Death in British history? A. It led to the establishment of the Church of England. B. It resulted in major demographic, social, and economic changes. C. It caused the English Reformation. D. It initiated the Industrial Revolution. Answer B. It resulted in major demographic, social, and economic changes. The Black Death in the mid-14th century drastically reduced the population of Britain, leading to significant social and economic transformations. Question 92. Name the most famous British pop group of the 1960s. A. The Beatles. B. The Rolling Stones. C. Pink Floyd. D. Led Zeppelin. Answer A. The Beatles. The Beatles were the most famous British pop group of the 1960s, known for their profound impact on pop music and culture worldwide. Question 93. What was the primary purpose of the British Empire exhibition in 1924? A. To celebrate the end of World War I. B. To promote British trade and manufacturing after the war. C. To commemorate the founding of the Commonwealth. D. To showcase British colonial possessions. Answer B. To promote British trade and manufacturing after the war. The British Empire exhibition in 1924 aimed to stimulate trade and strengthen economic ties within the British Empire and demonstrate Britain's recovery post-World War I. Question 94. Who was the architect who redesigned St. Paul's Cathedral after the Great Fire of London? A. Christopher Wren. B. Inigo Jones. C. Nicholas Hawksmoor. D. John Vanbrugh. Answer A. Christopher Wren. Sir Christopher Wren was responsible for the redesign of St. Paul's Cathedral after the Great Fire of London in 1666, creating one of London's most iconic landmarks. Question 95. What major political change occurred in the UK in 1997? A. The establishment of the Scottish Parliament. B. The signing of the Maastricht Treaty. C. The election of Tony Blair and the introduction of New Labour. D. The decentralisation of power to local governments. Answer C. The election of Tony Blair and the introduction of New Labour. In 1997, Tony Blair's election marked a significant political shift in the UK with the rise of New Labour, which introduced various reforms and modernised the Labour Party. Question 96. What historic event took place on July 7, 2005 in London? A. The signing of the London Treaty. B. The London Olympic bid victory announcement. C. The terrorist attacks on the public transport system. D. The celebration of Queen Elizabeth II's Golden Jubilee. Answer C. The terrorist attacks on the public transport system. On July 7, 2005, London experienced a series of coordinated terrorist bombings targeting the city's public transport system, resulting in significant casualties and highlighting the global threat of terrorism. Question 97. Describe the role of the Secretary of State for Defence. A. To manage the UK's overseas territories. B. To oversee the economic policies of the government. C. To be responsible for the defence of the United Kingdom. D. To handle foreign relations and diplomatic missions. Answer C. To be responsible for the defence of the United Kingdom. The Secretary of State for Defence is a key government position charged with overseeing the defence of the UK, including the armed forces. Question 98. What is the Turner Prize and why is it significant? A. It is a literary award given to British authors for outstanding novels. B. It is an architectural prize for innovative building design in the UK. C. It is an annual prize presented to a British visual artist under the age of 50. D. It is a music award for contributions to the development of British rock. Answer: C. It is an annual prize presented to a British visual artist under the age of 50. The Turner Prize, named after the painter J.M.B.W. Turner, is significant for highlighting contemporary British art, often leading to a lively public discussion about art and its value. Question 99. Who was the youngest British Prime Minister and when did they take office? A. David Cameron in 2010. B. Tony Blair in 1997. C. William Pitt the Younger in 1783. D. John Major in 1990. Answer: C. William Pitt the Younger in 1783. William Pitt the Younger became the youngest British Prime Minister in history at the age of 24 in 1783, known for his powerful oratory and handling of major national crises. Question 100. What is the legal significance of the right to a fair trial in the UK? A. It allows for an immediate verdict without a jury. B. It guarantees that all parties in a legal action receive a fair and public hearing. C. It restricts the media from reporting on trials. D. It permits trials without legal representation. Answer: B. It guarantees that all parties in a legal action receive a fair and public hearing. The right to a fair trial is a fundamental legal principle in the UK, ensuring that justice is done in a transparent and equitable manner. Question 101. Describe the primary function of the British jury system. A. To appoint judges to the courts. B. To provide legal advice to defendants. C. To determine the facts and decide the outcome in a trial. D. To oversee the conduct of lawyers in court. Answer: C. To determine the facts and decide the outcome in a trial. The primary function of the British jury system is to ascertain the facts from the evidence presented and make a decision on the outcome of the case, whether in criminal or civil trials.